Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of State Champs Chat. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Lauren.
And first, we're going to talk about what's trending as always, and we have to talk about Tom Brady.
We do. The NFL upheld his 4-game suspension this past week.
Yeah, and apparently one of the main reasons that they upheld the suspension was that he destroyed his phone before meeting with the investigators.
I know. Well, first of all, he destroyed his Samsung, saying that he was going to get an iPhone 6.
Yeah, first off, why do you have a Samsung?
You're Tom Brady.
He said that he destroyed it, or it was broken, so he got rid of it to get an iPhone 6.
Yeah.
Also, you would think that they would have access to the cloud or any of his text messages.
Yeah, because they're all through iMessage now.
Especially if they knew who the text messages were too, then they should be able to access that person's phone.
Yeah.
So everyone's saying, you know, this doesn't really make sense that that was their main point in upholding the 4-game suspension.
Yeah.
But apparently the NFL Players Association is suing the NFL now.
They are. They're taking it to
overturn
federal court,
it.
right?
Yeah, they want to overturn the suspension, and they're saying it's just really extreme and unprecedented, this decision.
Yeah, and Brady definitely spoke out about his thoughts about this. He posted a Facebook post.
Long post.
Long post. Saying that he disagreed with Roger Goodell.
Yeah, and saying, you know, he was defending himself for the cell phone incident, and I think that they're focusing on that instead of other things that they could be focusing on.
I do think
it's a
that
little bit crazy.
I do think that it is kind of sketchy. It's all happening at the same time. Like, you really had to get a new phone. I mean, maybe you don't want to stick with your Samsung that much longer, but at the same time, if that's going to be a big part of the investigation, you need to not do that.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. The NFLPA filed their lawsuit this week, so we'll see how that turns out.
Yes.
Next, a big topic that was trending. We talked about OSU the other week, talked about their quarterback position, how many players were in the running for that. And now they just announced now it's going to be down to 2 because Braxton Miller is going to play H-back, is what they're saying.
Is. It's kind of a wide receiver position, but he's also going to get other touches on the ball. I'm thinking they're going to make a lot of trick plays.
Yeah.
Toss the ball to him.
That's what they're saying, and they're saying this is going to just make OSU's offense even scarier. Not that it wasn't scary already.
Yeah, you think about Braxton Miller and Cardell Jones playing at the same time, Braxton Miller and JT Barrett playing at the same time. It is crazy. That's a game changer.
Yeah, and they also said this was a really good decision for Braxton himself, too, because his future as an NFL quarterback was under question. So they said, you know, this will really show off his strength and give him good opportunities in the future.
It does give him more options, especially going into the NFL draft.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty exciting.
Next, it's time to talk about our athlete of the week, and we're going to talk about a high school student from right here in Detroit, Donovan Peoples-Jones from Detroit Cass Tech. He's already set out, he's only a junior, and he wants to prove himself as the best high school football player in the country.
I know. He holds over 16 offers right now. Michigan, MSU, OSU, Alabama, and so many more.
Yeah, and just this month he became the first non-senior to win the Nike football rating competition in Oregon. And I guess everyone was pretty surprised about this. And his coach at Cass Tech, Thomas Wilcher, a great guy, said, you know, I'm not surprised. He is very humble and he knows that what he's here to do. And you know, I think it's going to be really good to see him this season because this past season, you know, Cass Tech, everyone was kind of focused on Mike Weber, the running back that was committed to Michigan. Now he's going to Ohio State. But so this season, I think, will be good for Donovan and give him a lot more attention.
Yeah. And we'll be following him a lot. We'll be following this 5-star prospect a lot this season. So it'll be good to keep following him and seeing what he's up to and what school he chooses to go to.
Yeah, definitely. So congrats on being our athlete of the week this week. Next, it's time to talk about our hot topics. First, we're going to talk about the Arizona Cardinals hiring their first female coach.
They did. Jen Welter. She's their new assistant right now, and it's a big breakthrough. For women.
It's huge for the NFL. Just in the past couple months, they hired their first female referee and now their first female coach on the coaching staff.
And I know a couple players on the Cardinals tweeted, "Let's get to work. It's all about winning, you know.
Yeah,
it's all about the hard work as a team."
And she said, you know, all it's about is making the players better, and that's all she cares about, and that's all the team cares about. So it's going to be really interesting. And she herself has played in a professional football league.
14 years she played as a linebacker in a professional football league, both with all men and women. So I think that's pretty exciting.
I think she seems qualified, and there's a lot of coaches that didn't play in the NFL, so I think she has enough qualifications. To prove herself in this position, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, you go, Jen.
Next, it's time for one of our favorite topics, Score or Fumble. We're going to talk about Space Jam 2. Apparently,
that's a thing?
Apparently, it's in the talks. No one is sure if it's actually a thing yet, But LeBron and his company Spring Hill Entertainment are partnering with Warner Brothers Entertainment, and so everyone is saying that they're going to make a Space Jam 2 starring LeBron.
I do not think that anything could live up to that expectation of Space Jam 1. That is a classic, that is something we grew up on, and that is something that cannot be recreated.
I think that's a fumble for Lauren. I'm going to
Yes.
go with a fumble as well. Everyone was very mad about this on Twitter. It's not for sure yet. They haven't announced an actual partnership, but many think, he can't replace Michael Jordan.
No one can replace Michael Jordan. He was the most
It's a
humble guy.
classic.
He's a great player. It's a classic movie, and I just don't think that even if they tried to make a sequel, it would not be as good, and it would get a lot of flack, I think.
That's 2 fumbles from us.
2 fumbles.
Now it's time for our clip of the week. We talk about Riley Curry nonstop on this webcast. I'm sorry, we just can't help it.
We love her.
But we also talked about Leah Still the other week after the ESPYs. Her dad, Devin Still, is on the Bengals, and he posted a video on Instagram. Leah challenged Riley, who can do the better nay-nay?
And she goes, Riley, I don't think that you could do the best nay-nay. I think I could do the best nay-nay. And she was nay-naying out, whipping out.
And I think it's great.
Cool.
Leah's been battling cancer, and I just think it's awesome, and I hope that Riley responds.
Yeah, it'll be a nice little dance battle.
We showed her
going.
video the other week, and Riley was great at it. So I think that, this will be all over ESPN if she does respond.
Yeah, I think it's
gonna
going to.
It's going to be a great video, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely.
As always, continue to check statechampsnetwork.com for updates. We're quickly approaching high school football and sports season.
We can't wait.
We can't wait. We have so much going on. Extra Point is going to be our all-football show on WXYZ, and then, of course, State Champs Sundays at 9 a.m. on Fox Sports Detroit. So keep checking in with us for updates, and make sure to follow us on social media. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.